Welcome back to Spandex Standups. It is episode 7. We got some great news for you. Goldberg been chirping a little bit about WWE and about how he don't want to go back. Ronda Rousey kind of saying the same thing. Some more tag teams qualified for the Ladder Six-Pack Challenge at WrestleMania. SmackDown's still working some things out on their end, but we got all that news and so much more. Evan, how you feeling, man?
Feel good. Feel good.
Just marching along to WrestleMania. You getting ready? You getting your preparations made since you will be there in person?
Preparations made. Hotel secured. Rental car secured. Excited. I'll be going there with my friend TJ of the Soapbox Run the Ropes podcast. Very excited. Shout out to TJ. He, kind of is leading the charge on getting us over there into WrestleMania. God, it's going to be great.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited for you.
Just got an email.
Living through you on that
Just
one.
got an email that was like, what else would you like to attend? Friday Night SmackDown, the Hall of Fame, NXT Stand and Deliver, Monday Night Raw.
What you planning on there?
I said all of them.
All of them.
So I'm there Thursday to Tuesday, hoping that I get a yes in response to all of those things. So
awesome, dude. Well, I can't wait to see the footage you get while you're there, and just the experience, man. I can't wait for you to talk about it when you get back. We got some news up top for you. News, like I mentioned earlier, Goldberg been chirping. He says he is. He said, when I got there, all of a sudden I had some Japanese girl beat my streak. And then he went on to say, it's funny how when I got there, everyone started using a spear in their arsenal.
I mean, they were using the spear before he got there. Edge, Batista, Roman, and
he finished
Ryback, right? Didn't Ryback have a spear?
I'm sure he did.
Probably.
I mean, that seems like the type of dude that would do it.
Who was the other guy? Not Ryback, but the guy who had long hair.
Skip Sheffield.
No, I felt like his gimmick was something like a rhinoceros or something. Rhino, dude.
Rhino
did a spear. Rhino.
If anything, Goldberg stole it from him.
Exactly.
And he finished this foot and mouth interview with saying he don't think he'll ever get invited back to WWE because him and Triple H don't get along.
Okay, well then that's all.
Done deal.
So I need to know. Well, we all know that Goldberg's return last time was very much a Vince McMahon
he almost killed
thing.
Undertaker.
Almost killed Undertaker.
Dropped him on his face.
It was very much a Vince McMahon thing, and I think even Triple H looks at the Goldberg character now and is like, I mean, if they don't have a place for Edge, they don't have a place for Goldberg.
Right. Well, shout out to Edge for winning the TNT title.
Shout out to Edge.
Last man standing match, or I quit match, one of the two. Great news, Maurice announces she is tumor-free.
Great.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
She kept it close to the chest when she was battling it, and it came out that she was going through some things, so glad she got the good bill of health. Sponsors are rolling in for WWE right now.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
I saw the vodka
Wheatley
sponsorship.
American Vodka, which is made by Buffalo Trace, is the official spirits of WrestleMania.
Let's do it. It's about time. We need more than just energy drinks and... I mean, that to me is them acknowledging WWE has more of a adult fan base than when they were gearing everything PG, John Cena to the kids. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the fan base has changed. I mean, from when I was going to shows in 2017 until now, it's like it is, there's a whole different fan base there.
Whole
now.
Vibe to it.
Yeah.
Gotcha, man. And then just for some reason, old skeletons are just marching out of closets right now. Ronda Rousey also calls WWE, quote, a shit show backstage. And she said she will never go back.
Well, I think Ronda Rousey's talking about the old WWE under Vince McMahon, and there's probably aspects of it now that's a shit show because that's live television.
Yeah, which they said has been coming back a little bit now that The Rock's back in the fold. The old school feel about it.
Well, and now that The Rock is back, and again, like hijacking a lot of airtime,
pushing people, man.
I mean, it is going to create some dysfunction, and then it does become a scramble to fit in the rest of the roster into the programming. But again, Ronda Rousey, it's like, I don't know that WWE wants her back. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, I do. I liked Ronda Rousey. I thought she was a great character. I don't know that she was totally sold to us properly. Like, I think, again, too dominant too quickly. And then, like, where do you go from here?
Where do you go from there? I feel you on that because I thought we should got more in her Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean,
that was such a half-baked feud.
I thought that, they gave us Nia Jax and Shayna, and they gave us Ronda and Shayna, and I was like, there's nobody else that they could partner with. But her and Zoe fit very well together. Mm-hmm. I like that they have found that partnership.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné, the CEO, debuts at AEW. I know she debuted a little while ago, but we hadn't seen each other to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, good for her. But at the same time, there just seems to be an ego there.
Yeah.
That I'm like...
With Mercedes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just...
Kept her from coming back, you think? When some other people came back and were fine?
Yeah.
Like Trinity Fatu?
Yeah, and I just think that... everyone thinks the grass is always greener, and I think people think like, AEW is this goal, is like this great place to go right now, and I think in a lot of ways it can be.
Yeah, ask Malachi
But
Black
if you have the option to go to WWE,
ask Miro how it's
and
going.
you choose not to,
Okada.
I think that I don't know. I don't totally understand. I mean, who was it that said it recently? I think it might have been AJ Styles was talking about just how global WWE is now, and how just by being on the roster of WWE, not even like a main card, but and talking about how the Netflix deal goes like 10 to 20 years, like basically saying like you could easily secure your livelihood through WWE, but there is that give and take of, are you going to be the top guy and gal? I don't totally know, and a lot of that might have to do with like your bloodline and a little bit of nepotism. I mean, but that's wrestling, right? Because in a lot of ways,
that's how it's been since the beginning.
Some of the best stories are now coming out of these multi-generational feuds and stories and narratives and stuff. So
brother versus brother.
So again, congrats to the CEO. We hope business starts booming over there for your sake.
Especially in the women. I don't feel like they put a lot of spotlight on the women's division.
But again, it's a perfect strategy
But then again, Tony Storm's great. I love the character work she's doing over there. So maybe it'll be one of those situations.
Well, again, you go there, spend a couple years, win a couple championships, come back over.
We got to see her and Bayley at WrestleMania.
I mean, it's going to happen.
WWE wants 7 matches per night at Mania, so they need to add 4 more from what we currently have. There's 10 matches.
Okay.
If they want the 7 per night.
We're definitely going to get Ray and Santos, I think.
You think But they promised that the factions are barred from ringside when they meet Friday night.
Right. No, I think it's going to be Ray and Santos at Mania.
Yeah. Which by the time this airs could be official.
Yeah.
We are on a little delay, so we apologize if we are talking about something that has happened. Mm-hmm. We recorded this before SmackDown last week.
Other matches that need to kind of be...
Pride, and I want some kind of stipulation match with Pride and Final Testament. Like a no-holds-barred match. I need AOP and Street Profits going through some tables. I need Montez Ford doing a spot.
Yes.
At WrestleMania.
I mean, he's got to. Yeah. And he had a great spot. I think it was last year.
Yeah. When he did the upside down Spider-Man thing in the Elimination Chamber, that was pretty cool.
I mean, yeah.
My man is made for it.
Yeah. So I don't know what else they're going to, what other matches they'll pull out.
Well, Well, SmackDown's taking their time figuring out which tag teams are going to represent. They're doing 2 challenges to find out who the 2 teams for the ladder match is. Like it came down to the new Catch Republic, and Legado for the 1 spot, and then they're doing 4 more teams, which we'll get to here in a little bit, for that 2nd spot.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of old and new, Undertaker endorses Gunter.
Undertaker endorses. Legit. I mean, he is legit. I mean, yeah.
That's cool. Undertaker don't throw that around, though.
No.
You know, so that's cool. He so far has endorsed Braun Breaker, Mello, and Gunter.
I love that
the new generation.
I love that the Undertaker's now like a podcaster.
Yeah, and a one-man show.
Love it.
One dead man show.
You gotta believe it. Love it.
Becky Lynch is an official American citizen.
Okay. Hey. Good for her. Good for her.
Such a process. Good God, man. She's just now a citizen. Get it together, man.
I wonder what gender she put on there. The man. She's the man.
She's the man.
She's the man.
You gotta be.
She probably put down, yeah.
She'd be like, the man.
She added a new comment.
Like, ma'am.
The man.
Like,
I'm none of these. I am the man.
You didn't put the in front of it? I'm super excited about the Bray Wyatt documentary
coming out. Yeah.
And speaking of which, narrated by The Undertaker.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. Bray Wyatt life going to be, retold in a documentary.
It's cool because I've forgotten so much. Yeah. So it's going to be nice to see all that stuff.
Yeah.
Bo Dallas got a big part in it, so I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I mean, after Bray Wyatt died, I went back and watched a lot of his matches because I didn't watch a lot of them at the time in real time.
I love when he first came,
to
the scene.
When the Wyatt family first came out, and his matches with John Cena were so good. WrestleMania 2020, his match with John Cena.
It set the bar for those theatric matches.
The Firefly. No, was it the?
I'm a big fan of Firefly.
The match that he did with Randy Orton in the house.
Yes.
Backlash.
Great. Yes, that was great.
That was a great match.
That was a good feud.
It's a great feud.
I love that Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, he joined the family. He didn't join the family.
Mm-hmm. He's always pushing the envelope. So very excited to see kind of what they do with that documentary.
We didn't get to see what this next round was supposed to be.
I know, because it's about to be epic.
It's like Eric Young, like all these guys were involved with it. It would have been cool.
I mean, Cody versus The Fiend. I mean, there would have been there's so many great.
That had to be planned for SummerSlam at some point.
Yeah.
Come on. Raquel Rodriguez is sidelined again. She did come out with her mast cell activation syndrome diagnosis, so I hope she's
speed recovery. Get well soon.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
It's time for the main event recap.
Main event recap.
This is the March 20th main event. Zoe Stark, we talked about her earlier, defeated who is becoming a main event mainstay, Natalya.
I mean, Natalia's always
She wins one, she loses one, she loses another one, she loses another one.
We just don't know what to do with Natalya. She's the main event.
I'm excited about this other match, though. Giovanni Vinci.
Love it.
Defeats Apollo Crews.
Yeah, I love Giovanni Vinci.
They gave him the dub?
Love it. Listen.
I love that, because that has to be that they're being like, is he going to be a singles? Like, they got to blow up Imperium at some point.
Well, they're seeing how the mob thing's working with the bloodline, Roman Reigns, and they're like, well, let's introduce this to
Speaking of which, that carries us into our NXT refresher this week. Loving the Don.
Yeah.
The work with the Don. He kidnapped Ilya. They went and had a talk with the family.
That was great.
Love it.
Love it. Great stuff.
Loving the full heel turn for Roxanne Perez. She finally, I know she was a heel, but she finally did the heel. She beat up someone in a sling.
Yep. You got to do it.
You got to do it.
Heel turn, baby.
You got to hurt people. You got to hurt people that are already hurt for that cherry on top of the heel turn.
Kick them while they're down. Kick them while they're down. That's the heel move.
It's the heel thing to do. And then, Big E would be happy. Just big man slapping meat.
Yeah.
We had Oba Femi, who came out this week. WWE is very high on. Josh Briggs and Dijak just battling it out for the North American title. They're setting up some qualifiers, but I think that's going to be a triple threat at Stand and Deliver, and I'm here for it.
Here for it too.
I love what Josh Briggs' solo work.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the tag team, but I like Josh Briggs, and he needed this tag team to get his feet underneath him.
The tag teams are to the moon and exactly. Back. I mean, tag team action's always meant to get people to hopefully go off on their own at some point. Yeah,
and his tag team partner's doing the old throwback gimmick.
Right.
Do you see he had the old Ole Anderson T-shirt? He had the old tights, the old no knee pad. He had the old gimmicks. I like it. If he's going to be a 70s throwback, yes.
Totally.
Sol Ruka, did you see her finisher?
I don't know.
We'll put it on the show, but she does a stunner out of the corner. She does a backflip into a stunner.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
I love that move.
It caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was she doing that? I don't know if she was doing that before she got hurt, but man, fantastic.
I'm just getting introduced.
Yeah. That's what I don't know. So I'm here. I love it. I love it. And then of course D'Angelo Ilya is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey. Let's get into a Raw side of things. Love that Ricochet is getting all this TV time. Been battling out the Judgment Day. They can't get him.
Well, they're using Ricochet. They always use Ricochet. He's always swerving. And, dare we say it has to do with maybe Samantha Irvin being so popular. They're like...
She's blowing up on Instagram.
She's blowing up, and she's blowing up bigger than Ricochet.
Yeah, but I mean, I love they had a Prince Puma reference this week for him.
Yeah.
It was their social media clip because he said like a Puma, and then Pat McAfee had a ridiculous response.
Yeah.
And then they cracked up. I loved it. I love Michael Cole and Pat McAfee.
Oh, they're great. And they're having so much fun. I love that this is the end of
Cole's career.
Totally.
And he's just enjoying it.
I don't even say this is his end. I think it's the prime.
Well, he did mention he does plan to retire soon-ish. But what does that mean? Like in wrestling, it could be 10 years.
20 years, dude.
But I feel like this is his victory lap. However long it lasts.
Yeah.
He was held down by what he could say and couldn't say.
And now he's like, they're letting him do what he wants.
And he's showing us, he's setting the blueprint of what wrestling commentators should be.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Well, they said they might be bringing, what was the guy from NXT back? Marcel? Yeah.
Maurice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that guy.
Yeah, he's great. Great voice.
Love that guy.
Yeah, they said
he was the voice of NXT when I got into NXT.
Exactly. They said they might be bringing him back.
Love that because his problem was with JBL.
Exactly.
JBL bullied that dude. Get out of here, JBL.
And no one liked JBL.
Nah.
No.
He should take Booker's spot in NXT.
Yeah, he should.
Booker needs to be training the next generation.
Booker T's out there just like...
He doesn't need to be talking about the next generation. Raw in Chicago, CM Punk got to be there.
Got to be there, and I think maybe that's when they announced that he's going to be the guest referee in Seth versus. I think that'd be a great thing for him to announce in Chicago.
Jacked, dude. Yeah, he had a picture with Trick Williams on the internet. They were both
he's looking good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like we said, DIY, Awesome Truth, and New Day qualify for the ladder. They're the three. I guess somehow Raw got 3. I guess they're counting Judgment Day as SmackDown. Okay. So Raw got their 3, Judgment Day, and then SmackDown's getting their 2 through their tournament. By this time this aired, Catch Republic or Legado would be one of those teams. I'm assuming it's the new Catch Republic.
Yeah, I think it's got to be.
Because they're planning probably NWO or LWO and Legado again.
Yeah.
Doing the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe with Dragon Lee mixed in. Who knows? Who knows?
It's a great prediction.
But that's what I'm assuming on. I'm sure. Tell me in the comments if I missed that one horribly. Yeah. Loving Candice LeRae's heel turn.
Yeah.
Indy's kind of like, what is going on
Still loving it. Candice LeRae.
That could be a match at WrestleMania. Is Indy finally is over?
Probably. I could see that. But that would be an interesting solos match for them to do.
That would be.
Yeah.
Or they could have a tag team that finally breaks them up, like a match.
Yeah.
Or full-on Indy just goes with it and turns heel too. Right. It's like, all right, if this is how we get ahead, cool.
Right.
Because being the nice girl isn't doing it for him.
Not working.
Cody, you texted me when it happened. Cody had a great promo response to The Rock.
Great promo. Cursing, a lot of cursing.
Which is funny because there's rumor that a memo just went out WWE wide that said, "Hey, tone it down on social media," except for Cody and Rock.
I mean, they're on fire with this feud, and I kind of want to cut a promo.
Okay.
I want to cut a promo on all the people that have a problem with The Rock. All these people,
the Cody crybabies,
all these crybabies, all these jabronis, all these pie-eating jabronis out here who have a problem with The Rock. Let me say something to you real quick. Go back and run the footage Watch the promos that The Rock has been cutting since he has been back. There is more emotion, there is more energy, there is more passion, there is more storytelling, there is more realism in The Rock's promos since he's been back, combined more than like the last 15 years of WWE promos.
Okay.
And that is why he is here.
Yeah.
It is because when he's in the ring, when he has the microphone, when he is yelling, whether it's on social media, whether it is in the ring, he is eliciting a different level of emotion than even Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins talking to each other. There is just a gap in the ability to act.
Yeah.
His acting ability is we can say what we want about it in Hollywood, but he's clearly a notch above everyone because he's tapping into something else. Now, maybe it is because The Rock doesn't have to follow a script and all these other folks do.
Yeah. He's got more freedom, which they did talk about some, and who knows? It's just dirt sheet reporting.
But I just had to say that to all the people talking about The Rock. You're mad because he's back. And again, I'm going to say what John Cena said to Roman Reigns. You're mad that I can do this better part-time than you could ever do it full-time.
That is good.
That is The Rock right now. He is proving that he can do this better part-time than a majority of these folks do it full-time. And
and that's why he can come back and get the leeway. Go be the guy. If you're worried, that's what I'm saying. Is all these people like, Rock gets to do what he wants.
It's the best story.
He was the guy.
And it's the best story.
People are eating it up. People are talking about it. It's taking wrestling more mainstream than it's ever been.
But regardless, I mean, we could say that about Logan Paul, but Logan Paul wasn't the best story.
Everything,
this is the best story.
It is the perfect storm of WWE right now, though.
So I just had to cut that promo on all you bitches. I love how they're using the word bitches. Yeah. I love it. Sorry to curse, but they're using it in WWE.
Yeah. It's on USA.
It's on USA Network.
How do you feel about Chad Gable looking Sammy in his soul and saying, you can't beat Gunther?
Yeah, well, bitch move, Chad Gable. Like, if we're trying to dethrone Gunther, you need to be talking Sammy up.
Yeah.
Why are you getting in his head like that? Like, and honestly, Chad Gable, if you have any chance of taking that Intercontinental title, it's probably going to be from Sami Zayn. So,
don't you want him to win?
Yeah. And, bro, Chad Gable, if you want to get in that match, if you want Sami Zayn to be like, you know what, dude, you deserve a show, you deserve something. Yeah. You don't do it by saying, hey, man, you don't stand a chance. Yeah. So,
you still think he gets added to it?
Interesting move by Chad Gable.
You still think he's added to the mix?
I think he's got to.
Yeah. Why else include him? Why else get in Sammy's head?
Right.
If he's not going to have anything.
Exactly.
Unless he's going to train him, and Sammy's going to be part of Alpha Academy, and that's just weird.
And again, is Sami Zayn the one to dethrone Gunther?
I'd be okay with it. If that meant Gunther then goes on to main event status.
What does it do for Sami Zayn? What does that run look like?
No, I'm okay if he brings back like the open challenge and he's like a fighting champion that we see every week. I think that's why I'm okay with Sammy doing it. Because Gunther's not defending the belt every week.
I just think Chad Gable needs it. Chad Gable needs it. The character needs it.
I'm okay with either one of them. That's the great thing. Is I'm good with either one. I just think Gunther needs to move on.
For me, Sami Zayn doesn't make sense, so I'm not good with Sami Zayn winning.
Okay.
At WrestleMania, the Intercontinental title.
I just like Sami, so I'm okay with it.
I like it too. I like him too, but it
just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me.
You know what does make sense is a Seth McIntyre feud.
Oh, it makes perfect sense.
Loving what they're just going back and forth.
Totally, and I know I just kind of talk trash on the there, but again, great promos that they're cutting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this feud could easily be forgotten, and they're not letting it happen.
And honestly, who's really shining is Drew.
Oh, no doubt.
His promo work.
He's clearly showing he needs to win this match.
And his promo work has just gotten, the way that he's talking to Seth.
Again, keep it real heel?
Yeah.
I love that.
Love it. Yeah.
I love that Triple H era is not doing the hide behind their group heels.
Right.
all these heels are standing on their own.
Yeah.
You know, the Judgment Day still is by numbers, but they have that gang mentality built in and they have their fall guys. You know, JD takes the pins, Dominic takes the beatings. You know, right. Finn and Damian still look good.
Yeah.
So I love that there's not that whiny heel that just is terrible,
right,
and has to cheat every time. You know, like I love that Gunther just beats the crap out of people.
Exactly.
Becky, Nia, last man. I guess that means Nia's not part of that.
Fantastic match.
Love it, but I guess I'm lost with the fatal four-way. Liv's still sticking around.
Nia Jax, got to give it up to you. I'm so glad you're back. I love what you're doing.
Yeah. So I guess I was wrong about them being in the feud. I guess they really needed to set Becky up. Mm-hmm. I still think Liv's intertwined in this somehow. She still sticks around.
Yeah, I mean, I could see one of them coming in to sabotage.
I can see a Liv heel turn costing Becky the match.
Totally. And then setting up Becky versus Liv. Yeah, I could see that.
Let's move on to the SmackDown side of things. We talked about Ray. We talked about Ray and Santos. Factions barred from ringside. It has already happened, but we're guessing that they got involved anyway.
Probably
setting something up.
Probably. Looking forward to watching that after this. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing after this.
Yeah. Street Profits versus AOP.
Yeah.
Winner of that takes on the winner of the OC versus Walker and Theory to see who the two teams are going to be, or who's going to join either New Catch Republic, which I think probably won, as the second SmackDown team in the ladder six-pack challenge. So out of those four teams, Street Profits, AOP, OC, Walker Theory. Here's my opinion. Street Profits and AOP, whoever wins, the other costs them the match next week.
Okay.
And the OC doesn't need this because they're dealing with NXT. I think they're going to be on Stand and Deliver. I think they're going to be on the NXT WrestleMania card.
Right.
So I think this is the way to get Waller and Theory into WrestleMania, and then further their split if they mess things up at WrestleMania.
Right. That makes sense.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too.
I want Street Profits to get one on AOP.
Yes.
They need to return the favor.
Street Profits all day, every day.
But then I want AOP to cost them next week.
Yeah, exactly.
And that makes sense. You still keep the face, heel, Street Profits if you're telling us their faces against Waller and Theory, heel. So they still keep that dynamic.
Totally.
And then Grayson and Austin would love to benefit. They would love to look over and see AOP costing the Street Profits a match.
Totally.
It just adds to the narrative. Why are we not writers on this show? We get our triple threat. We talked about it a little bit, but I love what they're doing. Paul, Owens, Orton.
It's going to be great.
Great way for them to use those guys at WrestleMania.
Totally. And then again, it could set something up after. Orton versus
Are you a fan of Owens, face Owens, or do you prefer heel Owens? And I guess I can ask you the same question for Orton. Because it's funny that out of these guys, like Logan's obviously the natural heel.
Right.
And he does such a good job at it. But we're also not forgetting that Owens and Orton are most known for their heel work.
I like Kevin Owens as a face.
Yeah.
As a baby face.
Yeah.
Because to me, he's like the stone cold baby face.
Yeah. The one you love to...
Orton heel. All the way, dude. Heel Orton is the best.
I kind of like older Orton face because he's kind of not a face. He's kind of like, yeah.
Well, now he's
not as mean as I used to be.
Now he's just such a legend that like people like even though he's like always been a bad guy, he's now a good guy because of how
by default. He's like, they cheer for me.
They cheer for me, but like
I got used to it, I guess.
But I'm a bad guy.
Yeah,
like I'm supposed to.
I hear voices. Remember? Which I heard he wants a new theme song. So I would love a heel turn from Orton with a whole new theme song, whole new persona. Yeah. Lean more into the jacked. For the love of God. All right, look.
Well, I could see him attacking Owens after to set up Orton's Owens.
I'm good with that. I would love that.
And then Logan Paul just goes off and continues to do his thing.
I would love to see him with a get mixed up with that. Be the meat and cheese between Lashley and Karrion Kross sandwich.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to go triple threat to triple threat. He needs a fresh challenger.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious to see who they pull the trigger on, who that's going to be.
Yeah, me too.
But we also talked about he could move on to the, we talked about Gunther losing and moving up to the main event. Logan Paul could do it too.
Yeah, I mean, Logan Paul's already a main event guy. I mean, they've already turned the...
I do love that the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title are elevated.
They've turned
their own main event people.
And they don't... They treat their... they've done a really good job. Like, once you get one of those titles, like, they treat you like a prize fighter. Yeah. Like, you are a commodity.
And see, that's why I don't have a problem with Sami Zayn, is because last WrestleMania was about elevating him to the main event scene.
Right.
And now he's in the main event scene because we are producing the Intercontinental.
So you're right. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe this is a payoff.
Yeah.
He couldn't dethrone Roman, so they gave him Gunther.
Right.
It does seem like a consolation prize now that I'm saying it. I talked myself out of it. I want Chad Gable to take it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Gable Mania.
He got me. All right. Dakota Kai is somehow the one that is shining in this Bailey Io Sky.
Well, it probably has to do with the language she speaks inherently, number one.
But but she's taking it and running with it.
Exactly. She's got a great...
She easily could just be translating for the group, but she is shining.
She really is great. I mean, again, great acting, committed to the story.
You believe her as a heel.
Exactly.
And it's hard to believe certain people's heels, and she is selling it.
Totally.
And then this week, tonight, we get to watch Cody Roman face-to-face. It's been about Rock, so I just hope it's these two for a little bit.
Exactly. And, God, The Rock is doing such a good job creating little nuggets of conflict between him and Roman.
Yes.
By calling himself the final boss.
Yeah. Roman's like, oh.
Roman's the final boss. Like, why is The Rock the final? Rock hasn't wrestled in over 10 years. Yeah. How is he the final boss?
So does Rock... Because this ties into Orton too, but like Orton's jacked. But I'm a firm believer, and me and Laura talk about this all the time. I took my cubic zirconia earrings out at 30 because it was time. At 40, wrestlers should have to go pants.
Yeah.
We don't need to see them thighs after 40.
Oh, we're going to be seeing The Rock's thighs, though.
I know, but we shouldn't.
I know.
At some point, you go pants. You remember that last time Triple H wore trunks and he shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, Ric Flair pulled it off because he was just so old.
He always looked like an old baby.
But Hogan switched to the pants.
Yeah.
Jericho finally, for the love of God, switched to the pants.
Thank God he switched to the pants. It was tough.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, at what point do you go like, hey, man.
Yeah, 40's probably pretty good. Yes. Yeah, Goldberg.
I'm all for all these wrestlers. No, I'm all for all these wrestlers continuing as far as they want to go.
Yeah,
put some pants on.
Put some pants on at some point. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, today for our main topic, I know you're a big fan of the ladder matches.
Oh, my favorite match of all time.
And you get your ladder match with the tag team, which is great.
Yeah, six-pack.
So
people about to be falling off ladders left and right.
And they got a good mix of people already. I'm so hyped the New Day's in there. I love the Awesome Truth. I hope the Awesome Truth kind of win a little bit. I'm kind of pulling for. They're huge. My early favorite to win.
I mean, dude, The Miz and
R-Truth deserves a payoff.
Been
they deserve it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't feel bad about them being the Raw tag team champions. And then we get something for SmackDown.
Right. Good call.
So I thought today it'd be fun to go through the history of ladder matches at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because it kicks off, first one ever, one of my favorite matches of all time, because it's two of my favorite wrestlers of all time. First ladder match, WrestleMania 10, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon.
Epic match.
It's such an iconic match.
Match.
They're two of my favorites.
I mean, even just the imagery of it.
Yes, dude. The Shawn visuals. Coming off the ladder, which looking at what they've done since then doesn't seem like a lot, but at the time you're like,
what? Yeah,
so, huge. Like, I just love that. Finding out as an adult, it was because Shawn went to rehab. He didn't lose his smile.
Right.
And they both were the Intercontinental titles. So they obviously at the time I was a little bummed that Shawn Michaels didn't get the dub.
Yeah.
But looking back at through clear eyes, Razor was the right call.
You see why it had to happen.
I'm wondering why Vince just didn't see Razor as a main event guy. Because he said, forget all the money. That's why he really went to WCW, is he felt he hit a plateau at the Federation, and Vince wasn't promoting. And Vince kind of told him, he's like, this is what I got planned for you.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. I mean, sometimes I think it just comes down to a character and the dimensions of the character.
Well, you think about it now, like, yeah, NWO, boom, but he was a tag team wrestler his whole time in WCW.
Right.
He wasn't a main event guy. He wasn't the guy there either.
Right. Totally.
Like Kevin Nash got pushed out of that tag team.
Right.
Finger poking dude.
Yeah.
Stupid. But then after that, it set the bar for ladder matches, right? Intercontinental title, Razor beat Shawn. But then that level was pushed to the moon and back because the second ladder match ever at WrestleMania was Edge and Christian versus the Hardys versus the Dudleys. WrestleMania 16, just a ladder match. I say just a ladder match. They tore the roof off the place. But they followed it up the following year on 17 with the TLC match.
Right.
They're like, we take your ladder match and put it up here.
Yeah.
So surprisingly, Edge and Christian won both of those matches.
Epic. I mean, just incredible.
I didn't
matches.
remember them. I thought the Hardys got one of those in there.
No. Yeah,
Poor Dudley's always third place in that one.
Those were incredible matches, and the Dudley boys are the best. I mean, Bubba Ray's been teasing some stuff on his social media talking about something happened WrestleMania weekend. It'd be nice maybe if they were a surprise.
Well, I didn't remember not that long ago the Usos battled the Dudleys for the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
I do remember that.
So the I don't think we see Devon anytime soon. I think he's very happy watching his sons carry the torch now.
Probably.
His sons. I wonder if his sons are still in Ring of Honor. I hadn't seen him lately. But I think he's done.
I imagine they should all be done.
Right. But I mean,
yeah,
Bully Ray had a great second career though.
I mean, those matches were so good, and you know, at the end of the day, Edge and Christian won those matches because they were the guys most likely to become solo stars, I think.
And they did. I wonder why they soured on Christian. You know, like they really pushed
Captain
Edge.
Charisma.
I thought he was great.
He was great as Captain
When they
Charisma.
gave him Tomko.
Yeah. He was great as Captain Charisma.
Because he's doing what they should have let him do. What he's doing in AEW is what he should have been back then.
Right.
With Luchasaurus, Kill Switch.
Yeah.
Then they took a couple years off. WrestleMania 21, we get the first introduction of the Money in the Bank ladder match.
And that was so good.
Edge versus Kane versus Jericho versus Benoit versus Shelton Benjamin versus Christian. Edge takes it, cashes in on a freshly chambered John Cena. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Great first incarnation of this match.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I was surprised when they decided to remove the Money in the Bank match from Mania, but it makes sense now to make it its own pay-per-view. It has almost the same feel as the Royal Rumble.
Yes. Which
it's probably my third favorite pay-per-view, to be honest. Sometimes the matches are a bit underwhelming.
Yeah. Because they tend to let the champions off the hook. You know.
Yeah.
It used to be Survivor Series for me as my third favorite. Well, fourth favorite. Because I'm a Royal Rumble guy.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
I love the Royal Rumble.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And it used to be Survivor Series, but I guess now it's Money in the Bank.
Survivor Series never did it for me. I miss the
traditional Survivor. I want the random 4-on-4s.
Yeah.
I want Survivor Series to mean nothing. I just want to see Seth and Cody and Jay and Sammy versus the Bloodline no reason.
See, and I disagree with you. So I like what they're doing with Survivor Series now, with it being War Games.
I forgot about that.
I think like the fact that
if they keep it War Games,
I think if they like the fact that they're keeping it War Games is putting it at the level of Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, WrestleMania. I never liked the 4-on-4.
I loved it. It just reminds me of my kid.
What I did like was when I
started watching wrestling.
What I did like was when they did champion versus champion.
That is cool.
Survivor
Series has so many different incarnations.
Non-title champion versus champion. To me,
don't unify.
That was so fun. I just wish like Brock Lesnar hadn't been the champion during that time because he just squashed everybody.
But CM Punk.
Yeah, I mean, he crushed Finn Balor, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. I mean, it's just like everybody.
Yeah. Well, they did keep Money in the Bank at WrestleMania for 6 straight WrestleManias.
Good. I mean,
because WrestleMania 22, we get RVD over Lashley, Finlay, Matt Hardy, Ric Flair, and Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
Ric Flair in a Money in the Bank match.
I mean, you got to do it.
Yeah. The following year, Mr. Kennedy took home the case after beating CM Punk, Orton, both Hardys, Finlay, Edge, and King Booker.
Unbelievable that they had Kennedy win that.
This is when they were putting 10 people in this match.
What happened to Kennedy, dude?
He said he was unsafe in the ring. Orton and Cena got him fired. Then the next two are the two CM Punk years. CM Punk won it in 24 over Shelton Benjamin, Jericho, Carlito, MVP, John Morrison, and Mr. Kennedy again. And then the following year, the biggest one they had, Christian, Finlay, Kane, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, MVP, Shelton Benjamin. CM Punk won that one as well. And then the last year they did it, who the internet wildly considers the worst ladder match at WrestleMania ever. Jack Swagger took home the case.
That was a bad one.
Over Dolph, Christian, Drew McIntyre, Kofi Kingston, Evan Bourne, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Kane, and Matt Hardy.
What a weak lineup, especially at that time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's a good lineup.
Yeah, but none of those guys were proven.
But at that time,
I mean, Kane.
Yeah, at that time, like, yikes.
Kane, I guess.
I don't want to see Kane in a ladder match. Old ass Kane.
Nah.
Big
Sheldon
old Kane.
I just want to see Shelton Benjamin, Evan Bourne, and Kofi go at it.
Right. Everyone else can.
Yeah, get out of here.
Everyone else can.
Dolph can take this, can help them catch people. That's better.
Yeah.
And then took some breaks off, and then we get a ladder match, 31, 32, and 33. 31, Daniel Bryan wins the Intercontinental title. Barrett, Ambrose, Dolph, Luke Harper, Stardust, and R-Truth.
That's a good lineup.
22, the IC title. That was Zack Ryder's moment.
Yeah.
Owens, Dolph, Miz, Sammy, Sin Cara, and Stardust again.
That was a good one.
Yeah. And then the 33, the last time we had a ladder match at WrestleMania, 7 years ago. The Hardys won the tag team title over the OC, the Bar, and Enzo and Big Cass.
That was a massive return. I remember that. Orlando, WrestleMania, and the New Day came out and surprised everybody, and it was one of the biggest pops. And the Hardys were in rare form that night, doing all the old stuff. That was a great moment. And that was a great WrestleMania. With that was a good WrestleMania.
Love it. Well, that's what I got for us. Any parting thoughts or anything?
Oh man, well I'm excited for the ladder match at this WrestleMania. I could see there easily being a surprise team in Trent. I could see them potentially pulling. I don't know. Or did they already set up the bracket so that there is no surprises? Like we do know.
Well, we know who's fighting for those two spots, but they could throw someone in day of.
Right.
Because we just talked about that crazy return with the Hardys. No one saw that coming.
So I could easily see them doing some sort of return.
That'd be cool. What kind of crazy?
Even if it was the Dudleys, just to do a spot, just to get the noise.
Because it's not going to be Edge and Christian. But you did see Matt Hardy and his wife in a skybox at Raw.
Right.
They didn't show him on TV, but they definitely put it all over social media.
I mean, you could bring the Hardy. I mean, would they bring the Hardy Boys back for one more?
If they're like, hey, y'all are both dying in the ring tonight. You better give it everything. Yeah,
because they can't come back and lose. And again, WWE is just in a different phase where they're not.
I don't think they're going to bring anybody back.
They're not relying on
I think they're just going to put on a great match.
Yeah.
I think Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are going to do fantastic.
Yeah. They don't need it anymore.
I think the new Catch Republic, love it.
Yeah.
Watch those to be the two that didn't make it.
Right.
And these guys are idiots.
But no, parting words are, very excited for the final stretch into Mania where we have CM Punk showing up to Raw. We have The Rock that's going to show up to Raw. Very excited to see what happens in these final episodes. And I just think we're in a very, very good place.
Such a good place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check out all of Project Nerds. Great content. Check out Evan Berke and his fantastic album Twice Removed. You can order it on vinyl. How cool is that? You break it out for your friends like, I got vinyl. Check out my special on YouTube based on Drew's story. Keep it locked in. Evan will be getting ready for WrestleMania next week on his excursion. So we're going to have a guest co-host with you because we can't leave you hanging the week leading up to it. And I can't wait to see all this great content and all these awesome stories this dude's going to come back with. So keep it locked in. We'll see you next time.